Hello, everyone. Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Regardless of where you're joining around the world, I'd love to express gratitude to all of you for joining us for this info session today about the KonMari Consultant Program. My name's Tiffany, and I am the director of the consultant program here at KonMari Media, Inc. It sparks so much joy for me to share with you more about the program and also to be joined by your future fellow KonMari consultants to talk to you about how and why consulting helped them find their calling in life. Let's get started. We're here more than anything to address and answer any burning questions you might have about the program, as well as what it's like to be a consultant. Today, we will be addressing, is the consultant program right for you? How you'll get certified, and what to expect during each stage of the process. I'll also talk to you a little bit about the benefits of becoming a member of the KonMari Consultant Program. And finally, you'll hear from two active consultants, both amazing experts and leaders in their respective communities, about how they found their calling by getting certified with KonMari. I'll also mention that today for our Q&A, feel free to ask questions using the Q&A box at the bottom of your Zoom window. I'm joined today by members of Team KonMari, including Kristen DeCou, your certification program manager, and Solana, who is an events coordinator helping with the course. So if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the Q&A box, and we will do our best to get to as many as possible during this session. So what is the KonMari Consultant Program? Well, simply put, the KonMari Consultant Program is a professional business certification. It gives you the ability to leverage your offerings and services using the world-renowned KonMari method of tidying as a certified KonMari consultant, and to operate your business globally in line with Marie's mission to organize the world. No one can conduct professional organizing services using the KonMari method unless they are certified with us. But of course, this certification and community is so much more than a business license. It is, in fact, a global community that you'll be joining, full of like-minded professionals who have a passion not only for the KonMari method itself, but for using professional organizing as a vehicle for lasting change in their clients' lives, their own lives, and the world. As such, we really see this program as a means to answer a calling to really make the world a better place by joining Marie Kondo in her mission to organize the world, one client at a time. Next, I'll share a little about who can become a consultant. And the simple answer is anyone can become a consultant. Maybe you have messy beginnings or you've always had a passion for tidying. There is a place for you in this community, and both types become successful. Really, the only requirement to become a certified KonMari consultant is to be part of this program and be committed to sharing with others the life-changing magic of tidying up using the KonMari method. Consultants truly come from anywhere in all walks of life. As you decide if this program's right for you, ask yourself, what's going to spark joy for you? After all, the core of this method is joy. Do you want to engage in more meaningful day-to-day work? Are you interested in becoming a professional organizer? Maybe you're looking for a career that gives you more control over when you work and who you're working with. Or maybe, like many of us, you feel a great passion for Marie's teachings. I know when I read her books, I felt she was writing directly to me. I don't know if you felt the same, but if you are also passionate for Marie Kondo and the KonMari method, you will find a supportive and ever-growing community here in the consultant program. Next, I'll give you a quick overview of the certification process, and then we'll go into some detail about each step. There really are 4 major steps on becoming certified. And the first step, maybe you've already completed. We recommend and require actually everyone to read Marie Kondo's 2 books, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up and Spark Joy. or the equivalent title in your native language, and to tidy your home using the KonMari method. Next, you'll register for and attend a KonMari consultant course. Then, after you finish the course, you'll gain real-world experience by finding clients and working with them as a consultant in training. After you finish your practice sessions, you will take an exam, be interviewed by a member of Team KonMari, and then pay your first annual membership and licensing fee to join and become certified. I like to mention that this process is rigorous, and we get a lot of questions about how long it might take to become certified. And in general, it takes about 6 months to 9 months. However, we have some consultants who get certified quicker and some who may take more time. The key point is that we're going to be there for you each and every step of the way. The first step is really taking the course. The course takes a deep dive into the philosophy, mission, and mindset of the KonMari method. We cover key concepts that set the KonMari method apart, so you could be of best service to your client and differentiate yourself from your competitors. As such, we like to call this entering the inner sanctum of understanding the core principles of the KonMari method. During the course, you'll also learn business foundations to help you start or grow your business as an independent business owner. Keep in mind that Marie Kondo will attend a portion of the course live with you, whether you're virtual or in person with her. The rest of the course is designed with her input and will be taught by master level consultants who have real world experience doing what you're going to do. During the course, this is a live course. So if you're joining virtually or in person, expect lots of interaction. You're going to be engaging in discussions, role plays, and more. Time and time again, we're told that the course is just as life-changing as reading the books. So please expect an impactful experience where you'll be making friends for life. You also will hear live insights from Marie Kondo during the course, as well as 5 KonMari consultants, 2 instructors, and 3 panelists. If you're joining virtually, the course will be conducted via Zoom. You can join from anywhere in the world. If you're joining in person, the courses are conducted just 1 or 2 times per year, and the location will vary. The virtual course is recorded, so you'll have the ability to review it up to 30 days after you attend. The in-person course, however, is not recorded. Having said that, because it is conducted live in person with Marie, during the in-person course, you'll have the opportunity to have your photo taken with her, as well as a book signing opportunity. The course really is just the beginning. We know that you're all a community of lifelong learners. As such, we've created something we call the Workshop Bundle to help provide you with business basics to help you keep growing, no matter what stage in your journey you're at. This is a year-long bundle that contains 5 live virtual business workshops offered throughout the year that cover the top questions we receive in the consultant community. These workshops cover getting clients, pricing your services, how to conduct virtual sessions, building your digital presence, and building those business systems to help your business grow. Registration for the course is easy. It takes just 5 minutes from start to finish. You'll go to events.konmari.com and choose the course that best fits your schedule. After that, you'll click Register Now, enter some personal information, choose, and then proceed to payment. At this time, we have 2 ways to pay, via credit card or via PayPal. As I mentioned, virtual courses are offered a few times a year, and in person, our courses have come back for the first time in almost 5 years. We're very proud of this, and they are offered just intermittently. So if you are drawn to a virtual course or an in-person course, space does fill quickly, particularly for those in-person courses. So I recommend registering as soon as you're sure this is the right path for you. After you finish the course, You enter a stage that we like to call your time as a consultant in training. It's all about practicing with clients and receiving feedback to help you become the best possible KonMari consultant. Firstly, you'll meet your course mates again for a virtual 30-day and 90-day meetup. You'll start working with clients and finding them, and you'll submit practice reports to a designated certification coach who will provide you with feedback after you submit them. You're going to enter an exclusive community just for consultants in training. And after you finish your practice sessions, you'll take an exam, be interviewed, and then finally sign those terms and conditions to activate your business license and certification. So some of you might be wondering, what is the cost of this course and what's the potential return on investment? Well, registration for a virtual course is $2,998 for regular admission. Our in-person courses will vary based on location. We have an in-person course coming up that is $3,750 US. We're currently in the early bird session for both of those courses, so be sure to register during early bird to save $250 off of registration. Now, the important thing to keep in mind about the consultant program is that you're in business for yourself. So beyond your registration and your $500 annual membership and licensing fee to stay an active consultant, your earnings are your own. We don't collect any commission on the work you do with clients, and we're not a franchise. That's important. We are not a franchise, so there's no startup fee beyond the certification itself. Your potential return on investment, it'll vary. Many consultants in our community earn anywhere from $50 US to $150 US or more per hour. Now, if you want to break down how much you'll make per client, remember that in KonMari, every client goes through something called a tidying festival. That's someone who completes all KonMari categories of tidying with you. Each tidying category will take anywhere from 3 to 5 hours. So as you can see, after all 5 of your tidying sessions, some taking more than 5 hours, you'll work with one client for up to 30 hours or more. So if someone is making $100 US per hour, that's $3,000 US per tidying festival client. In other words, the course really pays for itself with 1 or 2 tidying festival clients, and your annual fee, which per month breaks down to less than $42 US, pays for itself in an hour or less of work per month. So what comes with your membership? Well, first and foremost, it comes with the prestige and credibility of using a brand that's become really a household name around the world and is synonymous with joy. Next, you'll have access to exclusive marketing assets to promote your business. Once again, you'll be joining a robust and supportive community of consultants just like yourself around the world. In other words, you'll always be growing and you'll never be alone. And finally, we're proud to present you with ongoing learning opportunities like the workshop bundle to help you keep growing no matter where you are in your business. Next, I'd like to invite to the virtual stage Judith Clarkson and Rebecca Cohen, 2 amazing certified bronze consultants who are going to share with you more about what it's like being a consultant and how they found their calling in this program. I'll hand it over first to Judith. Judith, could you share a little about yourself?
Of course, Tiffany. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. I'm Judith Clarkson, and I live in Richmond upon Thames in London, in the United Kingdom. I never imagined I would become a KonMari consultant. So after university, I had a corporate career. And for 13 years, I jetted around the world working in technology marketing. But despite turning my career aspirations into a reality, eventually I realized that something was missing in my life. And in fact, I was so focused on my work that I did not have a home life at all. So something had to change. I set up my business called Life Sorted in 2007 to help busy London professionals live an organised life so that they can be productive and achieve their goals. And I was actually introduced to the KonMari method by one of my clients who I was helping whilst she was on sabbatical, having her home and her garden renovated. She shared Marie Kondo's book, The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, with me and suggested that becoming a KonMari consultant could be a good service for me to offer my own clients. I was struck by the impact KonMari method had on her life. So I decided to follow the same method myself when planning my own home renovations, and I had to move out for 8 months. Afterwards, I found that where before I'd had brain fog and really struggled with making choices, that I had so much clarity in all of my decision making, not just in our home renovations, but in every part of my life. So the biggest decision I made was about how I wanted to take my business forward. And that was to become a KonMari consultant so I could share the life-changing experience with my Life Sorted clients. So fast forward to 2021, I trained to become certified, and that was the best decision that I could ever have taken.
Beautiful. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Judith.
Judith, that was so nice and interesting. I'm Rebecca Cohen, and I started my KonMari consulting business. Also, I finished the certification course in October of 21 in the middle of COVID, and it was the perfect COVID thing to do, the perfect transition for me, also with a career change. I'm in Brooklyn, New York, and my company is called Nothing Extra Brooklyn. And in the early part of my life, I was a playwright, and then I had always had office jobs because I was very organized. So I had also been working as a production accountant for documentary film companies. And then in the middle of COVID, I had some really bad lower back pain and needed back surgery. And I thought, God, what can I do where I'm standing up more and I'm not sitting at the computer all day? And I had read The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up, and I so loved it. It really hit me even further than all the feng shui books I had already read. And then, of course, Marie's Netflix special came out. And as I said, I was home with this back injury, not really wanting to do accounting anymore 5 days a week. And I went on her website, I think to just shop and browse and continue to be inspired. And I saw that they were offering a consulting program. And I was kind of blown away, like, whoa, you mean really I can do that? And I registered right away. It was really, really a good time. And I've been doing it now since 21 while still working part-time, doing the production accounting, and kind of phasing out one and going more into the other as I slowly build my business. And it's really been a great joy, and it has been a really warm, wonderful community. So I feel I got a lot out of it that I didn't expect. I didn't know would happen. Yeah.
Beautiful. Oh, thank you, Rebecca and Judith. And I always hear something interesting and that resonates from consultants. And today is absolutely the same. Judith, I love how you mentioned that consulting or becoming a consultant has helped you with decision-making, even parts of your life maybe you wouldn't even expect. And Rebecca, it's so great to hear too about how consulting is part of a greater, what I like to call career ecosystem. I want to return, Judith, to yourself and talk a little bit more about how your life has changed since you've become a consultant. Can you go into more detail about that?
Yes. Well, I'd say beyond recognition, um, I, I'd already been self-employed for 14 years when I decided to become a consultant. And it was 2021 when I made the decision. So my business had really, because of COVID, my business had really stagnated. And I was considering going back into full-time employment because I knew I would have to um, pivot somehow. And so becoming a KonMari consultant, it's really helped me blossom again in my business and in the rest of my life. I've already spoken about clarity in decision making, but the KonMari method has become really intrinsic. Becoming a consultant has meant that the KonMari method has become really intrinsic in every part of my life. My husband is fully on board. So once he witnessed the changes in me, he wanted to experience it too. So we make all decisions based on whether they spark joy for us. My relationships have improved with the people I want to spend my life with, and I choose which clients I want to work with. So in the same way, a little bit like Rebecca, sort of where she's still doing part-time some of the work that she was doing. She's choosing to do more of her KonMari work. I choose which clients I want to work with now based on whether they spark joy for me. So it's really changed everything about how I live my life, which is wonderful. I'm just a happier and healthier person all around.
Oh, beautiful. It is amazing how much changes when you start making joy-based decisions.
Yes, very much, yes.
Rebecca, can you talk a little bit more about what it's like working with clients as a KonMari consultant?
Well, it's so interesting because every client, of course, is different. And it's a very unique experience because the person is inviting you into their home, which is their private space. And so you have to really create trust. And what you learn in the KonMari method really gives you the methodology for how to be with the client. So you're not kind of going in and saying, okay, let me look around. What do I do? You really have a roadmap. And the roadmap is so instilled in you so that all you have to do is kind of keep going back to that really intuitive place of KonMari's method. And that really is just, it's a wonderful process. And at the end of every session, whether it's a 3 hours, 4 hour, 5 hour session, you've achieved goals. You've talked to your client about the goals and what their ideal lifestyle is. And then you get to see how they can work their way towards that. And so there are a lot of little wins. And mostly, well, all the time, really, they have some wins that they could say, oh, I feel so much better. Wow, that was great. Oh, now I really love this area of my home, and it's going to be easier to be in my office or in my bedroom or in whatever part of their house. So that's it. It's kind of a privilege.
A wonderful way to think about it. And thank you for mentioning as well the roadmap, really, that Marie Kondo has given all of us that works universally. And that's why we're able to have this beautiful global community. So this one's for both of you, actually. We've got quite a few people listening today who are wondering what it's like to be consultants. And I would be remiss if I asked the two of you as professionals, what's your number one piece of advice for consultants who just get started? Let's start with Judith.
Okay, so for consultants when they're starting, going through the training process, I would suggest you're going to need to find your first practice tidying client. And my suggestion is to find somebody who you know. So don't worry about trying to find somebody, you know, thinking that you're going to go out there and work with a stranger. Find somebody you know who wants to support you through the process. Tell them that this is that this is part of your vision for your ideal lifestyle, and then they will support you by getting through the whole festival with you, so that you can complete all the categories to become certified with that client.
Excellent advice.
Yeah.
Rebecca?
Yeah, I would agree. That's great advice. I reached out to some, I'm in an urban environment, so I was in a big building. So I reached out to some women I knew in my building and said, gee, I'd love to do this. And, you know, all different kinds of people, you know, someone with kids, someone without kids. And yeah, and the client that I picked who did the whole tidying festival was someone I knew in the building. We were friendly, and I knew she would be a challenge because she had some ADHD and she really had a lot of hobbies and a lot of stuff. But I kind of wanted that challenge. I thought, okay, let's see what it's like to really get in there with someone. And so yeah, that was pretty terrific. But the one advice I would give to someone is, I guess one thing that's been important to me is, you know, you're not going to become rich tomorrow doing Marie Kondo, but you have to kind of figure out your goals, and every day you take little turtle steps. So every day I might say, you know, I want to do this one thing for marketing. Maybe it's a post on Insta. I want to write my first draft of my newsletter on something that I've been thinking about and excited about all month, having to do with, you know, something with Marie Kondo's 6 rules of tidying or anything else. Or whatever it is, it's these turtle steps that you take every day that it becomes a slow build. So then you can really feel good about those turtle steps. Like, yeah, I reached out to one potential client, and then I did this, and then I did that, and then I did that. And then you will slowly see a growth to your business. And that's kind of lovely. So if I do get discouraged, which we all do at times, if I get discouraged and think, oh, geez, I'm not getting enough clients, it's not happening, I can say, well, what turtle steps can you take, Rebecca? And then I just start, you know, jotting down notes, being creative, thinking about, you know, trying to think outside of the box. And that's been really helpful to me.
Oh, that's beautiful, Rebecca. I can already tell that I'm going to start thinking of things like turtle steps starting today. What turtle steps can I take now?
Yeah.
To move toward my best life. Love it. Thank you so much, Judith and Rebecca, for sharing your insights today. These are just 2 members of our amazing community, but your insights today have been incredible. I feel so lucky and glad to be able to talk to you today.
Thank you.
So if you're ready to register, visit events.konmari.com, where you'll find more information about the course itself, including what's included with the course and what to expect, including the course agenda and instructors. If you're still thinking about it, I strongly encourage you to keep in touch. Don't be a stranger. Email KCEvent@konmari.com, and I or Zolana, Kristen, another member of Team KonMari, will be more than happy to address any of your questions. If you're viewing this later as a recording, or if you want more information, do sign up for our newsletter at konmari.com/consultants-information-sign-up, and you'll always be in the know about all things consulting. With all of my heart that I thank Judith and Rebecca as well, and I want to share my gratitude to all of you for choosing joy, not only now, but in the future. Take care. We hope to hear from you, and we look forward to welcoming you to the course.